Florida is where woke goes to die.
Our children are not guinea pigs for science experimentation.
Today, the corporate kingdom finally comes to an end.
Wokeism is really a form of cultural Marxism. The wokeism is the new religion of the left. They will do things like woke math. And I'm thinking to myself, 2 + 2 = 4. It's not 2 + 2, well, let's have a struggle session over that. There's a right answer here. We reject this woke ideology. We seek normalcy, not philosophical lunacy. We will never surrender to the woke mob. Florida is where woke goes to die.
Disney came out against something that was really just about protecting young kids and making sure that students are able to go to school learning to read, write, add, and subtract, and not having a teacher tell them that they can change their gender. How do you give one theme park its own government and then treat all the other theme parks differently?
I don't think the suit has merit. I think it's political. They're upset because they're actually having to live by the same rules as everybody else. They don't want to have to pay the same taxes as everybody else, and they want to be able to control things without proper oversight.
We have seen curriculum embedded for very, very young children, classroom materials about sexuality and woke gender ideology. And so in Florida, we will make sure that parents can send their kids to school to get an education, not an indoctrination.
That's right.
We're not doing the pronoun Olympics in Florida. It's not happening here. Let the kids be kids.
It's sad that we have to say this, but our children are not guinea pigs for science experimentation, and we cannot allow people to make money off mutilating them.
I mean, they're trying to do sex change operations on minors, giving them things like puberty blockers and doing things that are irreversible to them.
And I'm not going to allow any sanctuary cities in the state of Florida.
Overnight, a Texas sheriff has opened an investigation into how 48 Venezuelan migrants, legal, were flown from his state to Martha's Vineyard.
I also was a little bit perplexed when I heard that the president is scrambling to get his cabinet together to try to address the fact that you have governors who are helping to relocate illegal aliens to sanctuary cities. It's only when you have 50 illegal aliens end up in a very wealthy, rich sanctuary enclave that he decides to scramble on this.
It has recklessly facilitated open borders, making a mockery of the rule of law, allowing massive amounts of narcotics to infect our states, importing criminal aliens, and greenlighting the flow of millions of illegal aliens into our country, burdening communities and taxpayers throughout the land.
A woman should not be in a locker room having to worry about someone from the opposite sex being in their locker room. And it's happening with athletics, with our girl athletes and women athletes. We want to make sure that our girls and our women are protected. And so this bill does that. There's no room in our classrooms for things like critical race theory. Teaching kids to hate their country and to hate each other is not worth 1 red cent of taxpayer money.
We want to teach history, all history. It's got to be accurate, though, and we are not going to be in a situation where we're taking George Washington's name off schools, taking down statues of Thomas Jefferson, and that's what those people who want CRT want to do. They want to change history.
This course on Black history, what's one of the lessons about? Queer theory.
Now, who would say that an important part of black history is queer theory? That is somebody pushing an agenda on our kids. And so when you look to see they have stuff about intersectionality, abolishing prisons, that's a political agenda.
In Florida, girls are going to play girls sports and boys are going to play boys sports. That's what we're doing, and we're going to make sure that that's the reality.
You can't be competing on the men's team for 3 years, switch to the women's, and what, all of a sudden you're the champion? That is not right.
And we must ensure that our institutions of higher learning are focused on academic excellence and the pursuit of truth, not the imposition of trendy ideologies.
This should not be based on political litmus tests. You should not have current faculty be able to veto someone because they're not towing an ideological line. What we want is we want very high-performing faculty. There was a video out of Dallas where they had all these young kids putting money in the underwear of these drag queens at a bar, and that's totally unacceptable. A week or two later, there was video from a place that had similar stuff, and then that was identified as being in Florida. Having kids involved in this is wrong. My view is if you're going to do some type of student loan, relief, it's not really relief because people are still paying for it. But the people that should pay for it is not the American taxpayers. It should be the universities should be responsible.